everyone, and welcome to episode number 16 of This Made My Week. It's a space where your nervous system can rest, you can relax, while I tell you all about good things that happen throughout the week, uplifting stories, news. So let's get started. I wanted to start the video by saying this. To engage with uplifting, inspiring stories is a form of self-love and self-care. For many people, especially those who experience trauma in their lives, so all of us, that means that our choices and our responses are limited. So we keep engaging with what is familiar. Conditions, limitations, fear, doubt, manipulation, sometimes conspiracy theories. To watch good news video or read an uplifting story means to give yourself a chance to expand, to breathe and perhaps feel with your whole body this possibility of evolving beyond what is familiar. It means to open yourself up and say, yes, I've been hurt and disappointed. Yes, I see injustices everywhere I look. And still, I am willing to stay present with what feels good too. And when we do that, we see that good things are happening every single day because good people are doing good. And this is what this video is about today. The first inspiring story comes from the Netherlands. In 2002, this poet Frank Sterrett came up with an idea that if you die alone and there's no one to attend your funeral, the government will send a poet to write a poem about you and your life. Usually there's not much information, so they might take some information from police report, they might write about your looks or ask your neighbors something about you, and then during the ceremony there will be a pallbearer, someone from the government, like a civil worker, and a poet. And he or she would read the poem to a room of empty chairs, put the poem into the envelope, into the casket, and then they would bury you. This initiative gives people a sense of comfort and knowing that they're not alone. Someone will be there at their funeral. I love this so much. It totally made my week when I saw it online. And I particularly dig the idea of combining arts together with this significant and final ritual of this lifetime. Poetry is not the only one cool idea that comes from the Netherlands this week. I have another one for you. Check this out. I was scrolling my Instagram and I see these beautiful views of a church and people. I read more about it and it turns out that the Offline Club, together with the School of Life in Amsterdam, curated this event at the church where people came to chill and hang out and be together, do arts and crafts, have a conversation, whatever they wanted without phones. So they're initiating actual real connection, real present time together without no interruptions. It looked amazing. I want to go there too. And luckily, this is not the last time that they're doing this. There are more events in the future. I will leave more information in the description box below. So if you are living in Amsterdam or if you are traveling soon, check this out. This looks lovely. And I also love the idea of using these spaces for the people. Not just for religious purpose, not just for government, not just for official things, but actually for the people. Speaking of which, this leads me to another story and another person that I found on TikTok. This lady is living in a church somewhere in Pennsylvania, USA. She bought it really, really cheap. And what she does online, she helps people to find and buy either churches or unique spaces. There are so many of them for sale right now in the United States. I guess people are moving out or they're not in use or less and less people go to church or there's something else happening, I don't know. But anyways, these churches are for sale for like $50K, $30K, $100K, and they're gorgeous. So she helps people to find them And then she shows her own life in a church, and she tells everything about what it took her to get there, how she transformed the space into livable home. And she's lovely herself. She's so quirky. I adore her personality. Check her out. Maybe church is your future home. Who knows? With this inflation and with these prices, why not? I could see myself living in a church. For sure.
I want to help you find a church or a weird place to live in, and I'm not a real estate person. It's all for free. So before I lived in Pennsylvania and in this cool little church that I found accidentally, actually it found me, I lived in Scotland with Morton for 6 years. And we almost bought a church there, and I'm going to show you how. I want to show you churches all over the world. Comment on this TikTok where you want your church to be. I'm going to show you something really cool. Let's stroll on over to churchofscotland.org.uk, and then let's look on here.
And if you do decide to move in a church, and if you need to decorate your environment, why not buy a painting from the youngest painter in the world? Check this out. Liam, hold on, let me get his name right. Liam Nana Sam Ankara, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, is the youngest artist who's been recorded in the Guinness World Record book at the age of 1 year and 1 year and 152 days. Oh my goodness! His mom, who's also an artist, noticed that he enjoys paint when she threw some paint on the canvas and allowed him to crawl, and it turned out into this beautiful piece of art. So she kept allowing him to paint and play with brushes. He ended up having his own exhibitions, and he already sold majority of his artwork. Excuse me? He's not even 2 and he's already making money and a name for himself. Like, go Liam, this is incredible. And I don't know about you, but I feel like he is the main piece of art. Like, look at him, how cute is he? Oh my goodness, and his paintings. He is so good. He is so good. I'd love to have something on my wall. Maybe I will. Another uplifting story and a great example comes from Canada, Saskatchewan, Regina, where the first free food store is about to open. It's run by the food bank, local churches, and communities, and they believe in giving people respect, dignity, and autonomy. The vice president of Food Bank in Regina says that this way they can not only solve the food waste issue, but also they discovered that they can feed 25% more people. This store not only feeds people in need, but also creates job opportunities, and it employs 18% of people who are customers to the store. They also feed students at school, they provide snacks for them. So overall, it's a wonderful initiative for the whole community. And of course, the experience itself is so much more enjoyable when you actually get to go to the store, choose the foods that you want and like, not having to rush or wait in long lines at the food bank. Like, this story, this idea totally made my week, and I hope to see free food stores all across the world in every single neighborhood. The final heartwarming story that I want to leave you with comes from Wales, and it's a story of perseverance, resilience, and in my opinion, true connection. So listen to this. In 2012, a cat of theo-wil goes missing at night. Theo-wil keeps searching for the cat for days and weeks, but eventually he comes to an acceptance that the cat is gone. However, Artie, the cat, 12 years later, returns to one of their neighbor's garden, and he stays there for 4 days. He doesn't move, he doesn't leave, he doesn't go anywhere. Neighbors did not know of theo-wil's at the time, so they bring him to the vet to look for the chip. And the chip has a number of Theo-wil's mom. However, the number is no longer existent. But people don't stop there, so they go to Facebook and they post the post about the missing cat and Artie's photo. It doesn't reach Theo-wil, but it reaches one of his friends who recognizes the cat from 12 years ago. So they connect the owner with the cat and they reunite. Oh my goodness, after 12 years. Can you believe this? It's a story of a miracle. In this story, I want to highlight perseverance of people who found the cat. Well, the cat ended up in their garden, but still, they took the cat to the vet. They posted Artie's photo on Facebook. So they took all the steps necessary. They put the energy in and they helped for them to reunite and this magical story to happen and for all of us to be inspired by the story. I'm so grateful of this butterfly effect. If you are a cat lover or if you enjoy these types of stories, Theo-wil created GoFundMe page to help him cover the costs of the vet. So if you want to help them out, go ahead. I'm gonna leave the link in the description box. You can be a part of this story. These are all the good news that I wanted to share with you today. They helped me, they made my week, they made me smile, they made me warm inside. I hope they did that the same for you as well. You got to rest and trust and have faith in humanity, in people, in life itself, that things happen the way they're supposed to happen when we take the necessary action. Thank you so much for tuning in. I can hear my son is back from the park, so I'm gonna go and enjoy his company, and make sure to come back next week for more good news. And if you have one to share, send me an email. I'd love to hear from you. I'll leave the email in the description box below. Also, take care and go ahead, make your own week and make someone's week, and come back next week for more. I'll see you then. Bye.